So today we have more reaction content, okay? I'm sorry, my hand still hurts. I can't really play the game, and I can't really edit like long form content. 'Cause I have videos I'm working on right now. I just can't really play it because my hand hurts, and I don't really like editing for like long periods of time with this hand. So we're just doing some reaction content, you know, nice. A little lazy content, I won't lie, but today we're reacting to Vars 3, What Happened to Joker. This video used to be titled, No One Plays Joker, but I guess he changed it because that was literally going to be my first talking point of the video was, well, yeah, he's not really no one plays him. He's just kind of infrequently played because, like, you go online, go to Quick Play. Sorry. Go online, go to Quick Play, you're going to play against a lot of Jokers. But then you go to tournaments and like you might see a Joker main. It's so weird. This character's so infrequent. And then you go to grind servers and there's like a bunch of Jokers again. It makes no sense. Where are you guys? Come out. I miss Joker. I want more Joker. Though low level Joker kind of hurts. But then again, I am low level Joker, so oh well. But you know, today, you know, we're just reacting to Vars 3. Very good content creator. I'll leave, you know, the links to his channel in this video down in the description. Go check him out. But yeah, no, let's just jump into some reaction.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is known for a lot of things in the gaming community, but one that has always confounded me was the disconnect between a character's viability and their popularity. In competitive titles, the majority of players vying for the top are drawn to whichever choices net the most results or the least amount of effort required. That's how metas are formed. Generally speaking, strong characters or those with a very high skill ceiling are more popular for their pragmatic incentives, while weaker ones are neglected due to their poor effectiveness. Though for some reason, Smash Ultimate has a good number of fighters who are unanimously rated very highly on tier lists and evaluations, yet see less representation than mid or even low tier units, which goes against the prevailing wisdom that the better the option, the more likely people will go for it. And
yeah, I mean, Smash is very weird for this fact, because like, people are very loyal to their characters, because playing a character in Smash isn't just, oh, I like this character. No, you are that character, okay? You will be labeled as, like, a Lucario player forever once you play Lucario, right? And there's, like, stigma and stuff that come with that, right? Like, think Smash 4 Bayo. Everyone, I will say it because I don't think it's very, nice, but, like, if you were a Smash 4 Bayo player, like, there was a stigma with you know what I mean? And, like, this still is true, right? It really still is true. Unfortunately, but you know, it just be like that sometimes. But I don't really know if this happens in other fighting games. I just know in Smash, like, the character you pick really, like, says a lot about you know what I mean? Even in some cases where it doesn't, it probably still does, you know what I mean? So you have a lot more characters picking for, like, I really like this character. Like Shulk, I think is a very good example of this, because, like, bro, if you play Shulk, you love Xenoblade. Shout, like, period. You do not play Shulk because, oh yeah, I like the Monado wheel. No, you fucking love Xenoblade 1. Straight up. But again, you know, Smash is very weird for that fact, but it also makes a lot of sense because it's a crossover of very beloved characters. So, sorry for rambling. I'll just go on.
One of those characters in particular is Joker,
the GOAT.
Ultimate's first legitimate DLC character since Piranha Plant was free for early purchases of the game. Widely considered top 5 by pro and amateurs alike, perhaps even top 3, Joker's maiden voyage quickly showcased just how dangerous of an opponent he could be in the hands of a skilled player, with MKLeo and Zachary, two of the world's best, displaying the extent of his capabilities. Following the
Dude, I love Zachary Joker. Small little rant here, but I legitimately think Zachary Joker is like my favorite pairing of like a player and a character. Like, I mean this when I say it. I think Zachary had a better Joker than Leo. I just think Leo was the better character. Or, not character, was the better player. Just playing a very good character. Don't get me wrong. His Joker's fucking amazing. But I think if it really came down to it, and like, I don't know, they had like a Joker off. I don't really know how that worked. But like, I think Zachary's just a lot more consistent at doing Joker things than Leo is. And I'm not bashing on Leo at all, by the way. He's fucking amazing. And he will still hit said Joker things. But, like, dude, it's, like, watching Zachary play Joker, it's just, like, a match made in heaven. And then he drops him and plays fucking Pit. I fucking hate it. I hate it here so much. Please, Zachary, play Joker again. Stop playing this stupid fucking character. Stupid fucking cringe-ass boy, bro. Go back to the cool-ass fucking bitches Joker, please.
The worldwide suspension of in-person tournaments though, his presence has gradually diminished. There still are a good number of people fielding him, but it's safe to say that he's lost a lot of front page exposure compared to back in 2019. So today, let's find out exactly what happened to Joker and why people have stopped playing him. Quick disclaimer, if this is your first time on my channel, to all Joker mains out there, this is not a personal attack.
It should be though. I think it's a lot funnier.
Rather, the goal of this series is to analyze why some characters are less
because I mean, this video probably
others,
came out and I was like, oh man,
actual
I love Joker.
Or
Actually, wait,
and
how old is this video? How? Oh, it's not. No, I was definitely playing something wrong.
Hopefully, give more exposure to them so that some of you might give them a try.
2 years.
But with that said, let's get started. As part of the beloved Persona franchise,
Persona 5 Dancing. Fucking love this game. Bad frame to stop on to underage characters. Oh, sorry.
The critically acclaimed Persona 5.
God damn, Persona 5 Dancing has such a killer aesthetic. I love all the outfits. Too bad it's a shitty rhythm game. Literally put it in my PlayStation and I was like, wait, I hate rhythm games. Never played it.
And his iconic persona are Sen. To no one's surprise, his inclusion to the game set a very striking precedent for things to come, and everyone was excited to see what kind of moveset he would have in light of the vast array of attacks in his game of origin. More pressing, of course, was how Arsene's power would translate to a game like Smash, and suffice to say, both of them made quite an impression.
By the way, I like, for like canonical reasons, I hate how Joker plays in Smash, but at the same time, I think
both on the ground and the air, fast falling speed, gravity, and air acceleration, as well as average weight and a very thin hurtbox frame, which would get even thinner with his various animations.
People love that about
Additionally, he was given a moveset specializing in close quarters combat, boasting fast attacks across the board that featured a firm balance of speed and power. From these elements alone, it's clear he had a lot of potential.
Fuck, dude, this character has so much fucking potential. You could just tell when a character's meant to be good, and Joker's like the antithesis of that. Compare him to someone, like, I guess the character that released before him, like Piranha Plant. That character was not designed to be good. Like, maybe a gimmicky mid-tier that, like, you run into, like, the best one in the world in, like, bracket, you lose to him, you're like, man, I just got upset by a fucking low tier. And then next turn, they fight, like, a top 10 player in the world and get absolutely fucking obliterated. Like, that's just my thought process, though. And my thought process sucks, so...
Characters that are rated very poorly on tier lists tend to lag behind
physics,
frame data, and or range. So in the case of Joker, he had a fantastic balance of all three, with many of his attacks possessing sufficient enough range to almost qualify as fully disjointed moves. It's rare to find rushdown characters that also have good effective range.
Back air, that's all he's talking about is back air.
The bigger your hitboxes are, the slower your movement or attack speed will be, as evident by Sephiroth or Byleth.
That's not true most of the time. Like, Byleth can still just, like, put hitboxes in your face straight up. And, like, Sephiroth, like, even though he has unique ending lag, like, yeah, I see Sephiroth online just be mashing. That's all I'm saying.
Take that he doesn't really have any useless attacks. His normals on the ground and the air are both spectacular, and his unique arsenal of special attacks allows him to deal with a lot of scenarios and matchups by virtue of its sheer versatility. On top of that, his throws can very easily lead into low and mid percentage combos, sometimes outright kills in the right circumstances.
Dude, it's crazy to me that they gave him good throw combos. Because most of the time, like, look at Sheik, like, she doesn't really get that much off of throws. Like, most of the time you, like, throw for position or, like, it puts you in a 50-50. Joker just has, like, true combos off of throws. It makes no sense.
Honestly, I could go on and on about his wide resume of strengths, but obviously
especially
the one
low
that makes
percent.
him shine
really
the most is of course his
throws.
trusty persona. As mentioned earlier, the faster a character is, the less threatening their individual moves are in an effort to keep things balanced. It would be pretty incongruous for someone with the mobility of Fox or Captain Falcon to blast you off the face of the map with 5 hits the way Ganondorf or Bowser can. And though
they literally do. What do you mean?
Fighters do have hard hitters, they tend to only be usable through setups or reads.
It's like 7 or 8
do you ever see them
like,
throwing out smash attacks in the neutral, especially when you take into account most of them having light weight, thus leaving them wide open for a heavy punish in return. That's how Smash has been ever since its conception. The faster you were, the more effort you had to put into closing out stocks. At least, that was until Joker came out. It's true that he adheres to the power and speed rule on his own, but with this persona in play, that all changes. Nested within himself is the Rebellion gauge, which fills up over time or when he takes damage. Once completely filled, for up...
Dude, I know I mentioned this earlier, and I just want to, like, stop the video and talk about this, but, like, I hate the Rebellion gauge. Not from, like, a gameplay standpoint, but, like, a character standpoint, because this is not how it works in the Persona series. One day I'll make a video going over why I just think, like, the Rebellion gauge is fucking awful, and why they should just, like, they should have just gave him a wildcard system. Like, I understand why they did this, though, because it's, like, conflicting with, like, his, like, playstyle being, like, this very fast, aggressive character, but, like, man, his down B should have been, like, Persona Switch. Like, he should have Jack Frost, he should have Pixie, he should have something like that, not what they did with him.
To a maximum of 30 seconds, he summons Arsene, who attacks in tandem with Joker by echoing the latter's attacks.
That's not how it works in
While active,
Persona.
Arsene
Please don't get that through your
considerably
head.
powers up every single attack in Joker's kit, with the exception of grabs and throws. They all deal more damage, which consequently means more safety on shield, have noticeably higher kill power, and even gain increased range or additional hitboxes depending on the move. To give you an example of just how much Arsene amplifies Joker's pressure, let's take a look at a few attacks. Without his persona, Joker's back air does 9 damage and KOs middleweights at around 120 to 130% near the
Bro
ledge.
did not
But with
DI.
Arsene, the damage goes up to 16, almost double, and
Okay,
the
that's a
increased
crazy
base knockback
increase,
allows
though.
him to kill you at 80% near the ledge.
Incorrect. Okay, listen. Arsene back air is strong, but it's not like the strongest back air in the game. Like, you're not dying at 80 at ledge. If you get by like a Ganon back air at ledge, you probably will die at 80%. Unless you're playing like Ganon yourself. Which then you just won't recover, but like... Yeah, people like don't understand Arsene back air. Swear to fucking god, dude. This move's not insane because like, oh my god, this kills you at like 80. No, it's insane because how fast it is, how safe it is, and how big it is, okay? Like, it has good kill power, but it doesn't have, like, the best kill power. Like, you'll probably live this around 100% at ledge. Unless you're playing, like, Pichu or Jigglypuff or, I guess, Sephiroth to a degree. But, like, for the most part, like, you're probably gonna live this. Like, yeah, like, this, it becomes scary once you're at, like, 110, 120, somewhere in that range at ledge, and then he's just mashing back air at ledge, okay? That's when this move's, like, truly scary. Or, like, edge guard situations. This move's fucking absurd in edge guard situations. It's probably the most well-rounded and balanced back air in the game. Or, I guess not even balanced, just, like, the best back air in the game because how well-rounded it is. But, like, people overrate this fucking move, I'm telling you.
That's stronger than some smash attacks on an attack that comes out at frame 7. And then
Not
there's
really,
forward
but
smash.
whatever.
At base, it does 14% and kills
Okay,
at around
Arsene
80%
forward
of the
smash a
ledge.
little
With
stupid, I'll
Arsene,
agree
it
with
goes
you.
up to 22% and can kill as low as 55. Putting it on
This
par
move
with
is
Barth
stupid.
and Roy's sweet spot of forward
Yeah,
smashes.
catching rolls
Essentially,
off ledge
Joker
with
can
that is
temporarily grant
absurd.
all of his attacks significantly more pressure, addressing the single most challenging obstacle that plagues all rushdown combo fighters. It's almost like Mithra's attacks temporarily gaining Pyre's damage, knockback, and range.
I hate this analogy. I know I've made it myself, but like I've grown better and like I see like no comparing Joker and Mithra, not really a comparison, honestly. They do so different. Like they're both like fast, quote unquote fast characters with like stupid-ish frame data, but like I don't think you guys understand. Mithra actually just can press buttons. And not only that, but those moves are disjointed. Joker, like, don't get me wrong, like, he could pretty much mash back air pretty safely, but other than that, like, you have to be careful swinging with him. You can't just, like, swing, like, whenever the fuck you feel like it, because, like, you can punish his shit. It's not, like, the most punishable thing in the world, but, like, comparing Aegis and Joker is, like, I don't know, I guess, like, a simple way to, like, share it with someone, I guess, but, like, saying that, like, now it's just like,
While his opponents can accelerate the depletion of Joker's Rebel Gauge, one successful neutral exchange is all it takes for him to close out your stock. It's debatably the most powerful comeback mechanic in all of Smash, just with the sheer power boost it gives in almost every aspect of his kit. People frequently joke about how Joker is Sheik who can hit as hard as Ganondorf. That analogy rings true in many cases. Okay, I just spent the past like 5 minutes or so explaining
guess
nearly
so.
a fraction of
I
how
guess
good
that's a better
Joker
way
is
to
as a
talk about
character.
it.
He's fast, nimble, versatile, and has just enough of everything to handle everyone else. That alone would be sufficient enough to put him in contention for high tier, but the existence of Arsene all but cements his position as one of Smash Ultimate's most threatening fighters to this day. But if that's the case, what's going on with his presence in the competitive scene? Leo has effectively halted all usage of him now that he's introduced Corrin to his lineup.
I did not realize this video was this old. Was this like 10 months ago? Something like that? I don't know. I looked at it earlier. But like, dude, this video is old. He does not play Corrin anymore. What is it? I think he showed his lineup is like, it's Byleth, MK Layout. No shit. Joker and Pyramithra. And then like his fun characters is like I think it was like Rob, Corrin, Greninja or something. I'm not too sure. It was like it was something along those lines. But yeah, no, he does not use Corrin anymore. This video's old.
Zachary still fields him every now and then, but not
Zachary, please come back, bro. Drop Pit. Please come back. Please!
exclusively. That, and as of making this video, his attendance at major events has been few and far between. And even Nido Sharp retired Joker in favor of Zero Suit Samus.
Okay. It's a little Hard. Okay, let's put it like that. To say Sharp plays like any character, because like every tournament he's playing some different character. Man, this dude's so hard to stick to one character. But he is a very good player, though. I don't want to talk shit about him at all, bro. Like, I love Sharp. Like, this dude, like, I'd be cheering for him.
Much of his declining popularity has to do with circumstance more than anything else. When the Wi-Fi meta took over during 2020...
What is this tier list, bro? What the fuck? If this is a Wi-Fi tier list, why is Game & Watch so low, bro? Why is Dokkan so low? What the fuck? Yo, why is Falcon so low? What the hell? That is, like, the Wi-Fi character. What the fuck?
And 2021, it highlighted just how
Inson's like bottom 2? What the hell?
Cost for players.
He's a grappler. He's
like
designed for Wi-Fi.
On precise spacing, timing, and execution of his combos, even a mere 5 extra frames of input delay can severely hinder a player's ability to pilot him.
Okay, listen. This is not what Joker players want to tell you, but he's really not that bad on Wi-Fi. He becomes bad on Wi-Fi, or let me rephrase that. He's bad on Wi-Fi because everyone is just a fucking camper and plays like absolute fucking toxic piece of shit online, okay? Joker is not a bad character on like a pool or like pools or anything, because people like playing more aggressive characters. But Joker, like, the problem with him is trying to close stocks out, especially online, because like without Arsene, because like online, like you're gonna get camped and it's gonna be a lot harder for you to like get a significant like anything with Arsene online, because again you're being like camped like a motherfucker. But it's even harder for base Joker to close out stocks, because like what do you have, back air? Like, yeah, it's a very fast back air, but it's not gonna like kill you at like 120 130, maybe off an edge guard. But like for the most part, like you don't really want to edge guard, you want a ledge trap. And like looking for like his fair one stuff, which is how he like properly close out stocks, like fair one drag down into up smash or down smash, depending on, you know, percents where you're at. Like yeah, there's a lot of stuff that go into it, but like genuinely closing out stocks with him is just hard on Wi-Fi. That's like it. That's like his hard part on Wi-Fi. Like closing out stocks for him just gets like 2 times harder, which is already like the hardest aspect of playing Joker. So like he's not bad on Wi-Fi, he's just harder on Wi-Fi, which in turn makes him like worse on Wi-Fi. But like calling him bad on Wi-Fi is like not entirely correct, okay?
As he's mostly reaction focused alongside other rushdown hidden runners. For example, he has a kill setup similar to Sheik's raindrop that involves landing only the first hit of fair, which has a fixed launch distance.
Just watch the combo counter, that shit fake. Like, don't get me wrong, you will definitely can hit someone with this, but you probably won't. It's mostly fake.
Immediately fast falling short hop up air into either up smash or down smash. This is its primary way to close out stocks without Arsene, but the timing is very stringent, probably more so than raindrop, so it's next to impossible to perform this consistently.
Yo, wait, EMAS, yo, shout out to
One
EMAS, bro.
That
dude is the best solo Joker in the world.
Online, so it's more likely for your attacks to come out faster than that of slower hits. And while that's true, once again going back to the power and speed dynamic, you need to get way more hits in over the course of a match, and that means more instances where you can mess up. During the Wi-Fi meta, the archetypes that had a significant advantage were sword fighters, zoners, and mashers. Joker
and
is
Steve
none
is
of those.
Literally
Granted,
all of those.
He has disjointed attacks, but they're not disjointed enough to compete with full-on swords like Clouds or Bylets, even Roy's to an extent. Regardless of what your opinion on Wi-Fi Smash Bros is, it's played an integral role in the development of rising talent that we're seeing today.
And I hate that
The fighters most popular during the online era carried over into the post-pandemic season because these people have been playing those characters for over a year, so it's not much of a surprise that Leo continued to play Byleth even as in-person tournaments came back. Also, on the subject of Byleth, a lot of people still believe the narrative that Joker is an objectively better pick for Leo and can earn him better results in the long term. That's not necessarily true. While it's not perfect, Ultimate is the game with the most balanced roster in the Smash Bros franchise. The gap between the best and worst character is a lot more narrow than in any of its predecessors.
And I kind of hate that, dude. Like, that's such a personal thing. And like, I hated Smash 4 Bayo, but like, the way they balance characters in the game, I think, is what pissed me off. Not that, like, every character is viable, but, like, they tried to make every character viable, where, like, its previous Smash games, you could tell, like, there's characters that aren't meant to be good, right? Like, you look at Smash 4 Zelda, no, that character's not good. That character wasn't even trying to be good. Smash 4 Jigglypuff? Brawl Jigglypuff? No. That character wasn't even, like, they didn't even make half of an attempt to make that character look like any form of viable. And it doesn't help that Smash 4 just introduced, like, Cloud, Bayonetta, Corrin, Ryu, who just, like, completely and utterly dominated the meta. Like, it just does not work. Those characters took over. But for the more or less, you would agree with it. But like, I don't know, that's more of a personal pet peeve, and I guess Sephiroth really does help me with that, because like everyone just loves pressing buttons in this game, where I don't really have to deal with that, because I can just like outrange them. But yeah, it is a Joker video, okay? I'm ranting.
In Smash 64, Pikachu was light years better than Luigi or Link. In Melee, Kirby and Bowser would stand no chance against Fox or Marth.
Okay, but like, no one wants to see a good Bowser in
well,
Melee.
Do I need to explain? Where I'm going with this is that in many scenarios, it's not entirely inconceivable for a high or even mid-tier fighter to go toe-to-toe with the best of the best.
And it's
in fact,
so fucking
it happens
annoying.
very often.
You could just lose to in the mid-tier
enough
bracket,
to where
bro. It
skill can
sucks.
make up the difference, thus leaving character selection up to whatever the player feels most in tune.
Though that is one of the best parts about
is a
Ultimate, that you
distance
can just
fighter
pick it
at
up
heart.
and play,
Always has
and
that.
win it like
he
a
played
PR
Marth
level.
and Cloud in most of Smash 4. In Brawl, he played Meta Knight and Snake. During the early days of Ultimate, he experimented with Lucina and Ike as well. The guy was always a sortie, so it makes
Yes,
perfect sense for him
sir.
to stick to Byleth, who isn't as fully capable as Joker, but good enough to where Leo can close the gap through sheer aptitude.
Dude, I've been saying this, bro. MK Leo Byleth is like a perfect character combination, okay? It's just that Joker's better than Byleth. It's a lot easier for like Joker to succeed at the top when piloting or being piloted by the best character than like Byleth, because Byleth's fairly easy to counter pick, okay? Like, just pick Min Min, bro. Straight up, just pick Min Min. That character dumpsters Byleth, but like, you know, it's a lot easier than just counter picking the best fucking player in the world, you know what I mean?
That brings us to the first major contributor behind people dropping him. Joker is not a character you can autopilot. There's nothing in his kit that you can default to in the neutral, or heck, any situation for that matter. You have to alternate between a myriad of different playstyles, flowcharts, and fundamentals based on who you're playing against and what kind of playstyle they have.
And that's why he's a perfect character for Zachary, bro. He like perfectly emphasized that. I'm telling you, bro, the Zachary Joker is godlike. I'm telling you, bring that character back, bro. Stop playing Pit, okay? I mean, okay, he's more or less doing like the same similar thing with Pit, but like, your Joker's perfect, bro. Please, I miss it.
Technically, everyone has to do that, but it's even more necessary for him. One could argue that you have access to Iha/Igon and gun to spam at your leisure, but when I say
Yo, it's my
autopilot, I mean
playstyle.
like a when in doubt do this type of move. For instance, you know, stuff like Zelda's Phantom or Cloud's back air, Ike's Nair, Rob loading up Gyro, Wolf's Blaster, bread and butters or attacks that are safe enough to spam in the neutral without too much commitment. Joker does have Nair in a few things, but all in all he's very exhausting to play. It may sound silly, but Smash Bros is inherently mentally strenuous. High skill floor characters run the risk of being unrealistically difficult to
And
perform
this is
at
why
a
we
high
should
level
play Game & Watch,
consistently
bro.
for
I'm
long
telling
periods
you.
of time.
Perfect counterpick
Ultimate in
character, it
particular
takes
has a
like
roster
negative
so
brain cells.
diverse that it's
Telling you,
not only
Meister's on
handy,
some,
but
bro.
on occasion obligatory for you to have a good secondary, since few characters, if any, can take on the game's entire list without difficulty, rendering those like Joker ironically suboptimal choices for mains in light of how demanding they are.
Yo, Joker though is like the perfect character to sit down and like full on just like solo main now. He's one of like the more perfect characters for it, because like he has a really good matchup spread. Like even like his losing matchups like Diddy Kong and shit, like they're still pretty possible. And yeah, I said Diddy Kong. I think Diddy Kong beats Joker. I think Pika beats Joker, but like that matchup's a lot harder. A lot of that's due to the edge guarding though, because like the second you're off stage, like Pika can just like kill you. And it's also really hard for Joker to hit Pikachu with like any setups. So like, I don't know, that matchup's rough. But like for the most part, like with Joker, you could pretty much solo main him straight up.
I touched on that in the previous episode with Shulk. Certain fighters are so mechanically taxing that you have no choice but to solo main them, for better or worse.
But
Continuing
Shulk's
on
a
with the
really
inability
good character
autopilot,
to solo
Mastering
main,
Joker
yeah.
requires you to skirt a very fine line between patience and aggression that fluctuates all the time. His base form is very reminiscent of Sheik's, high-speed low and mid-percentage combos through grabs or neutral interactions, but this also means that a lot of his kills hinge on the usage of Arsene. Because of this, it can feel like he has very limited windows of opportunity to close out stocks comfortably. Oftentimes that places a lot of pressure on you to make the most out of each round of Arsene, causing many inexperienced Joker players to lose all sense of caution and recklessly approach their opponent. Conversely though, he
No
doesn't
way,
have the luxury
every
to play
online
defensively
Joker.
either, and without Rebel's Guard, he rarely gets a second persona in the same stock. I'm not implying that he's completely useless without Arsene, but Joker is balanced around Arsene. Patch 7.0 featured
Dude, okay, it's gonna sound crazy though, but I think I like base Joker more than like Arsene Joker. And that's basically because everyone just runs away from you when you're playing Arsene, and then like, you know, on Wi-Fi it's a lot harder to catch someone, or it's a lot easier to run away from someone, I should say, not harder to catch them. But like, you know, I don't know. Joker's just not a me character, bro. Especially with Sephiroth existing. You know what I'm saying?
With a nerf that exacerbated the depletion rate of the Rebellion gauge when Joker suffers damage.
Okay, he needed that though. Arsene stuck around for way too long.
One or two neutral interactions shuts down your entire comeback mechanic. Good players know this. They can choose to play extremely passive and wait out your power spike, in which case Joker is very much like Sheik, a fast character with amazing tools, but can't kill to save their life. Although, unlike Sheik, a lot of Joker's power budget—
No, sorry. That's just wrong, okay? It's not that Sheik struggles to kill, it's that she struggles finding situations to, like, actually land said kill, okay? Not because she struggles to kill. That is just entirely wrong. This character has so many setups. I'm talking about Sheik, not Joker. I think Joker actually can struggle to kill in situations, especially situations where you're camping Arsene out. Like, earlier what I mentioned with online, like, Joker can struggle to kill you, but, like, he has consistent setups into kills. It's just finding those are hard. Same with Sheik. She has so many different consistent, like, options to kill you into, like, bouncing fish and shit, and she has, like, fast, safe smash attacks, like forward smash and shit. So, like, she can just do that if she wants, but it's not that she struggles to kill, it's just that she struggles finding the situations to kill you. There's a difference.
Is allocated towards Arsene. I'd go so far as to say if we were to take out his persona, Joker is more or less worse than Sheik in every way. So you might be
I don't know about that one, bro.
In the context of his popularity. It's because Arsene has one very fatal vulnerability. While the persona strengths far outweigh its flaws, the activation requirement is very counterproductive. Like all comeback mechanics, the idea is that it gives you a chance to get back into the game, and for that to happen, you would have to be losing, or at the very least in disadvantage, such as getting comboed or taking a lot of damage. If you can reset to neutral, that's your chance to turn the match back in your favor. Starting to see the issue here? In order for Joker to summon Arsene naturally, he would have to be in a bad spot, but being in a bad spot means you're likely taking damage, and how does the Rebel Gauge deplete? By taking damage. Oftentimes—
oh, yeah, true. Wait, now I've seen this brought up a lot. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's a comeback mechanic, though, you know what I mean? There's no real way around that, you know what I mean? Like, same with Wing. There's a lot of matchups in the game where, like, you don't get to use Wing that much. Like, against Fox, Sheik, especially his bad matchups, like, really emphasize. Like, oh, you're already off stage, about to die. Oh, I got Wing. At least Arsene sometimes has, or Arsene has, like, immunity or, like, invincibility whenever he gets, whenever he comes out. So, like, it helps Joker, and, like, you can get reversals and shit off it. Like, yes, I think you have to actually use effort to, like, you know, close out stocks and shit with, or, like, get things going with Arsene. But, like, at the same time, it's a comeback mechanic. It should. If it was just free damage, like, whenever he wanted, like, this character would be, like, S tier, bro. Or if, like, a meter, like, didn't deplete by you hitting him, like, this character would be so fucking good. Or even better than he already is, because I already think he's, like, minimum top 5.
Joker calls on his persona while getting comboed, which can lead to him losing a large chunk of his Rebel Gauge right out the gate. Additionally, Arsene doesn't give you any passive statistical advantage over your opponent, meaning, if you were playing badly before, you'll be playing badly after. That
is a really good point to bring up as well, because Wing gives you, like, speed, which is very important, because, like, Sephiroth's not a slow character, but, like, Wing Sephiroth versus non-Wing Sephiroth, it's like old man versus, like, 18-year-old track star, you know what I mean? Like, it is such a big difference, especially for air drift. Like, you could just drift back the stage, bro. It's crazy. And, like, it makes such the difference, bro. Like, if it's, like, your first time playing Sephiroth, bro, like, you'll probably be off-put by how, like, different the speed differences is. It's crazy, bro. Where, like, Arsene, he doesn't give you that, but at the same time, like, he makes your back air, like, you know, the best back air in the game.
Considered a comeback mechanic, but the onus falls on the player to execute on it. If we're splitting hairs, every comeback mechanic requires you to use it well, but there are key differences.
Damn, I could tell this video is old, because I assume this is Vars playing. He's actually gotten a lot better. Like, if you, like, he goes to tournaments and shit, he's, like, not bad at the game. He plays Cloud, you know, I respect it, bro. I respect you getting better at the game. I like seeing people get better at this game.
More consistent. Cloud's Limit, Terry's Go Button, and Kazuya's Rage are all specials with extraordinary kill power. One good leader whiff punish is lights out to the opposing player. Arsene's power spike
they do that to Go Meter, bro? It makes no sense!
And while those moves grow in strength considerably, none of them pack enough of a punch in one blow. Cloud's limit moves grant him startup intangibility and have impressive range and or coverage. Terry's Buster Wolf and Power Geyser have super armor while having immense range.
Bro. Don't compare them.
Rage Drive, and I guess we can throw a little max KO Punch too. Also have armor while bypassing shields.
And the KO Punch is also stupid, but it's just stuck on low max.
As Arsene, but even he gets some extra leeway such as a third jump and super armor on smash attacks. To some extent, everyone else's comeback mechanics are bigger and or condensed into one heavy go big or go home move. Mind you, if we had the choice, most of us would opt for Arsene 9 times out of 10, but the lack of
No, I like Wing. It's more consistent, and it fuels me as a player, bro. I think it's better for comebacks. Straight up. Because, like, don't get me wrong, Arsene can, like, steal stocks, but, like, if I'm just playing the game naturally, bro, I want Wing, bro. Like, I want that speed. I want that power increase. Like, it just feels so good every time, bro. I love Sephiroth so much. Like, I know it's a Joker video, but, like, I love Sephiroth so fucking much, bro.
a safety net
Why
to
they
fall
do that to his
back
weight,
on
though?
is
He
what
does not
hurts
need that.
Joker's popularity to some extent. That's really what it boils down to. He doesn't have a move or playstyle to default on. Even if he theoretically can rack up more damage with one neutral interaction or smoke his opponents with Arsene, the absence of a fallback is one weakness high-level players cannot afford, especially at the upper echelon of play. The long and short of it is, Joker's a character with very high highs and very low lows.
That's a good way to
would
put it,
rather main
actually.
someone who has a smaller range of pressure because that makes them consistent. If someone like Byleth can perform between 80 to 120% capacity, Joker's is more like a 50 to 150 range. The latter
Okay, I disagree with that. Joker would be like an 80 to 150 character. Like, people very much underrate base Joker. I understand why, because, like, you're gonna remember, like, when Arsene down air up smashed you at, like, 80% you died, but, like, dude, base Joker's insane. Y'all just be overlooking it, bro. I'm telling you.
can achieve greater heights, but he can fall to lower depths just as easily. I remember, there were times back in Leo's Joker days where he would finesse the crap out of his opponent, breaking them to pieces. But there were also moments where he seemed completely lost and couldn't figure out a way in.
Dude, I'm telling y'all, like, this was not like a Leo thing. This was a Mars thing. Mars was playing so on fire this set. I've watched this set a lot. Like, what? Like, if you want to see a player playing at, like, absolute 100% confidence, watch this set, bro.
On
Mars
Byleth,
was
however,
on
he
fire.
may not be making top players look like scrubs as often, but he also doesn't get overwhelmed anymore either, which is why I think he prefers Byleth much more. Not just him, but everyone else. Joker is strong, but risky, and to be successful in this game, you have to minimize that risk. So what do you guys think about Joker? Do you agree or disagree with my points? Or do you think there's something else entirely that's causing people to drop him? I know I haven't really mentioned
He's
the
also
nerfs
hard.
he got to
He did not mention that, but Joker is a hard character to play, bro. I'm telling you. This character takes effort, okay? Maybe not the hardest character in the game, or like top 10 hardest characters in the game, but like this character, like you have to think with him, bro. You cannot just press buttons with him. Okay, you can, but like once you go against good players, because Joker's a character like a lot of people are very practiced against, because there's a lot of Jokers. Again, goes back to saying like terribly sorry, but like he's a popular character. I'm telling y'all, it's just most Joker players suck. Let's be honest.
It's like side B,
including me, by the way. I'm
but
not like
seriously
outing
doubt
y'all.
those were the
I
cause
also
behind
suck.
his gradual decline, at least not entirely. Anyways, we're gonna end it off here, so if you
Oh, yeah, that's the end of the video. Yeah, no, go check out the video. Very nice, you know. That's my thoughts on Joker, you know. I love him, but like, come on, let's make him a wild card. You know what I'm saying? Let's change what he does in this game. You know, let's rework him. I'm not too big of a fan, but you know, that's all I really got. Hopefully next week, you know, my arm will be healed up and I can get back to playing the game, because I do actually want to play Smash, which is crazy. But yeah, no, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.